Tim Bergling, better known as Avicii, was a musical genius, a man who brought joy to millions through his music. But behind the beats, the sold-out shows and the chart-topping hits, there was a story of pain, pressure, and a battle that would eventually cost him everything. Stick around, because at the end of this story, I'll reveal a shocking detail about Avicii's life that many people don't know. Tim Bergling was born on September 8, 1989, in Stockholm, Sweden. From a young age, he loved music. While most kids spent their time playing video games or hanging out with friends, Tim was glued to his computer, experimenting with music software. He wasn't born into fame. He was just a regular kid with a big dream. At 16, he started uploading his music to online forums. His remixes got attention, and soon people noticed there was something special about him. His stage name, Avicii, came from a Buddhist term that means the lowest level of hell. It was ironic, considering how his music would bring people so much happiness. In 2010, everything changed. Avicii released Seek Bromance, a track that exploded on the EDM scene. But it was his 2011 single, Levels, that made him a global superstar. That iconic riff, the uplifting vibe, it was like nothing anyone had heard before. By the time he released hits like Wake Me Up, Hey Brother, and The Nights, Avicii wasn't just a DJ, he was a phenomenon. Festivals, award shows, collaborations with artists like Coldplay and Madonna. He was living a dream most could only imagine. But with great success came a heavy price. Being a superstar isn't as glamorous as it seems. Behind the scenes, Avicii was struggling. The constant touring, the late nights, and the pressure to keep producing hits, it was taking a toll on his mind and body. He once said, "Touring is killing me." And he wasn't exaggerating. In 2012, at just 22 years old, he was hospitalized for acute pancreatitis, partly due to heavy drinking. Instead of slowing down, the pressure only grew. His team pushed for more tours, more appearances, more everything. To the world, he was Avicii, the superstar. But inside, he was Tim, a young man in pain. In 2016, after years of non-stop touring and health issues, Avicii made a shocking decision. He retired from performing live. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his fans, saying he needed to focus on his health and well-being. It was a cry for help, but many didn't realize how serious his struggles were. Avicii spent the next 2 years focusing on making music in the studio. He loved creating. It was his true passion. But the industry's demands never really went away. Even though he was out of the spotlight, the pressure was still there. On April 20th, 2018, the world was shaken by devastating news. Avicii had passed away at just 28 years old. He was found in Muscat, Oman, where he had been on vacation with friends. The cause? Suicide. His family released a heartbreaking statement saying he could not go on any longer. He wanted to find peace. It was clear that the pressures of fame and his inner battles had become too much for him to bear. Avicii may be gone, but his music lives on. Songs like Wake Me Up and The Nights are more than just hits. They're anthems of hope, freedom, and living life to the fullest. His posthumous album, Tim, released in 2019, showcased his unfinished work and gave fans one last gift from the artist they loved. More importantly, his death sparked global conversations about mental health, especially in the music industry. It made people realize that behind the glamour, there's often pain. And here's something many people don't know. Just before his death, Avicii was working on a project to highlight the struggles of young artists in the music industry. He wanted to expose the toxic pressures behind the scenes. It's heartbreaking to think he never got the chance to finish it. but through his music and his story, we can continue his message. Tim Bergling was more than a DJ. He was a son, a brother, and a friend. He gave the world music that made us dance, cry, and feel alive. But his story is a reminder that even the brightest stars can burn out if they aren't cared for. Let Avicii's story inspire us to create a world where mental health matters as much as success. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.